Late that night, exhausted after a surgery, I saw my phone light up with a notification. It was from my intern. I'm getting married tomorrow. Everyone must come. Too tired to argue, I replied. Congratulations. Unfortunately, I have a prior commitment, but my intern threatened me. You dare refuse? My fiancé is a major investor in this hospital. One word from me, and your career here is over. But if you show up tomorrow and work the serving line, I might reconsider. Then, she flooded the entire hospital staff chat with wedding photos. I froze. The groom in the photos was my husband, the man I had lifted from nothing. The man I had built a life for. And here he was, throwing a wedding for his mistress. I immediately replied in the group chat, sweetie, I'll be at your wedding tomorrow, right on time. I prepared a grand gift just for you. I arrived home to an empty house. It seemed my husband, Daniel Hayes, was still busy with his wedding preparations when we first met. He was a broke college student. The investor he'd become existed only because of my family's money. I smirked and called Mr. Jenkins, our butler, freeze all assets under Daniel's name. Cancel every credit card. And prepare a grand gift for me. Have it delivered to the hotel hosting the wedding tomorrow. The next morning, as I was walking out the door, a text from Daniel came through. You've been working so many surgeries lately, you must be exhausted, my love. I'll bring you a gift when I return from my business trip. He played the role of the caring husband as usual. I replied. Sure, I've got a little surprise for you too. At the wedding reception, my intern, Tiffany Miller, held court in her white gown, glowing with triumph as she held court before our hospital colleagues. My husband is the biggest investor in our hospital. I promise he'll give everyone a raise soon. Someone spotted me and immediately mocked. Well, look who finally showed up. Dr. Reed, were you too busy to attend? A nurse beside her, eager to curry favor, tittered. Oh, I heard she came to work. As part of the serving staff for Tiffany, I couldn't be bothered with these pathetic clowns, but when Tiffany saw my haute couture Chanel dress, her eyes flared with jealousy. Fake designer? This is what you should be wearing. She threw a grease-stained surfer uniform at me. Before I could react, she lunged, tearing at my collar, a sneer twisting her lips. Old hag, nobody wants to see your body anyway. Why don't you just strip and change right here in front of everyone? My strap instantly loosened, a large patch of skin exposed to the air. Gasps filled the room, and several leering, disgusting gazes immediately latched onto me. I shoved her away, clutching my dress. Then I grabbed her arm and dragged her toward the massive gift box. A foul, rotting smell drifted from it. I opened it slowly, deliberately. Inside were rotten cucumbers, black spotted, soft and shriveled. Tiffany's face instantly turned ashen. Rachel Reed, I replied. Don't you love used, rotten cucumbers? Here are 365 of them. One for every day of the year. That should be plenty to satisfy you. Tiffany erupted in a furious scream. Rachel, what are you saying? Who wants rotten cucumbers? You came here today just to start a fight. You're just an old tech-dump man, jealous that I'm young, beautiful, and marrying well. I'm telling you, my husband will be here any minute, and with one word, he can get you fired from the hospital. Tiffany was trembling with rage, lunging at me, trying to slap my face. I sidestepped, a cold smirk playing on my lips. We'll see who gets fired. Tiffany exploded. You bitch. You lunatic, you're just jealous I snapped a rich man like Mr. Hayes, so you're resorting to these pathetic tricks just to get attention. I rolled my eyes. Her voice was grating on my nerves. Tiffany, let me just confirm something. Are you absolutely sure you want to marry this man? She lifted her chin, a picture of arrogant triumph. Obviously. My Daniel is the hospital's primary investor. Millions. The kind of wealth a doctor like you could never earn in your lifetime. Money comes easy to him. Marrying him makes me the rightful Mrs. Hayes, someone all of you will have to look up to. A chorus of eager agreement rose from her clique. Tiffany was born for this life. Unlike some, who at her age are still gold-digging. Dr. Reed, after the spectacle, how do you plan to stay in the department? Offending the investor's wife? Your career here is finished. How utterly laughable. They accuse me of gold-digging. I wonder what expressions they'd wear if they knew I was the silent capital behind Daniel's empire. My sole dream, since I was a child, has been to heal. This hospital was my father's graduation gift. A place built for my ideals. A sanctuary where I could practice medicine without distractions. Daniel? What kind of investor was he? He was nothing more than a stray I could kick out any time. Tiffany, seeing my silence, thought I was scared, and her smugness grew. She pulled out her phone, dialed the number, and deliberately put it on speakerphone. Honey, where are you? I'm being bullied. Hurry up and come. That Rachel from our department. She came to our wedding and caused a huge scene. Daniel's voice on the other end immediately panicked. What? Rachel? Baby, don't worry. I'll be right there. Please, don't let there be any conflict. After hanging up, Tiffany's chin lifted even higher. Did you hear that? My husband is coming right now. Rachel, you're dead today. Not only will you be kicked out of the hospital, but I'll make sure you can't work in the entire medical field. The colleagues started whispering and pointing at me. Oh no, she really pissed Daniel off now. Dr. Reed usually seems so smart. Why is she so impulsive today? She's in her 30s, acting like a teenager, jealous over a guy. What makes her think she can compare to Tiffany? Tiffany looked at me provocatively. Rachel, I'm giving you one last chance. For the sake of our time as colleagues, get down on your knees and apologize to me right now and eat these damn rotten cucumbers, and I might consider asking my husband not to kick you out of the hospital. Otherwise, you'll really pay for this. I took a step forward, looking directly into her eyes. You want me to kneel to you? Do you really think you're worthy? The next second, I yanked the marriage license from my bag and flung it at her face. Open your eyes. The man you call your billionaire husband, Daniel, is legally married to me. You're nothing but a mistress. The document hit Tiffany's face, then fluttered to the floor. Tiffany froze for a heartbeat, then burst into exaggerated laughter. Ha! Rachel, are you so desperate for a man you've gone insane? You actually forged it? Pathetic. She snatched it up, her eyes skating over the text without truly seeing. Fantasizing about my husband? Have you no dignity? I've heard rumors about unhinged female doctors at this hospital. I never imagined it was you. Knowing my husband is an investor, you've completely lost all shame. What? Are you going to drop your pants and spread your legs the moment you see him in person? She turned to the surrounding guests and colleagues. Everyone, judge for yourselves. This woman, just because she's a senior in the department, is forging documents and spreading rumors that my husband is hers. Isn't that ridiculous? A doctor who usually flattered Tiffany immediately stepped forward. Dr. Reed, we've known each other for years. How did we never realize you were so vile? Daniel is a powerful man. How could he ever be interested in an old tech like you? I advise you to leave now. Don't make a fool of yourself here. A group of people immediately started pushing and shoving me. Get out! Don't spoil Tiffany's wedding, you ungrateful, cheap whore. I stumbled from the push, my lower back directly hitting the corner of a table. The exhaustion from 10 hours of high-intensity surgery made my vision swim. I leaned against the wall, barely able to stand. Tiffany turned and splashed a glass of champagne in my face. Hurry up and kneel to admit your mistake. I'll be merciful and let you keep the job of waiting tables here at the wedding. Just then, an unexpected person appeared. Rachel, what are you doing here? I turned around and froze. It was my mentor, Professor Peterson, a titan in the medical field. Ignoring the champagne on my face, I rushed to greet him. Professor, what brings you here? My mentor was the person I respected most. He had written my recommendation letter when I went abroad for advanced studies. He was like a father and a mentor to me. Professor Peterson patted my hand and sighed. I heard a junior colleague was celebrating her marriage. I thought I'd come to offer my congratulations. I never imagined his gaze swept over the rotten cucumbers and Tiffany, who glared with resentment, and his brow furrowed. Tiffany immediately rushed over, sobbing, Professor, you have to help me. She's using her seniority to bully me. Professor Peterson was known for protecting his own, especially the younger doctors in his department. Rachel, what's going on? Even if there's a conflict, you shouldn't be causing a scene at someone's wedding. Before I could explain, Tiffany twisted the truth. Professor, Rachel is a total lunatic. She's after my husband and came here to throw a fit and cause a scene. She even said rotten cucumbers to insult me. The colleagues around her also echoed her, twisting the truth. Professor Peterson listened to their words, his expression filled with disappointment towards me. Rachel, you're a cornerstone of our department, a role model for younger doctors. How could you do something so inappropriate? Quickly, apologize to her and take those things away. A chill spread through my heart. Even my most respected mentor, without knowing the full truth, chose to believe Tiffany, the one who seemed like the victim. Tiffany then stepped forward, slamming a wine bottle directly onto my head. You're destroying our happiness. Don't you know that brings back karma? Dr. Reed, Daniel's baby in my belly is 3 months old. It's too late for you to try and get into his bed now. Tiffany and her colleagues forced my head down to the ground. Glass fragments from the bottle instantly cut my face, but I just burst out laughing. How utterly hilarious. Frightened, I pulled out my phone, ignoring the pain in my face, and sent a message to Mr. Jenkins. Tiffany froze, surprised by my laughter. I seized the opportunity to push her away and get back up. My eyes swept over the assembled crowd before locking onto Tiffany's belly. Since you want this child so badly, and you're so desperate to be Mrs. Hayes, then I'll give you another grand gift. Tiffany panicked. What are you doing? What is this? Seconds later, the hotel's large screen lit up. Tiffany's face paled the instant she saw what was on it. Daniel, who had just arrived, froze, his eyes locked on the screen.